Oh, and you've all come back. That doesn't usually happen. Welcome back. And thanks for being here. For anyone for the rest of you who are new to me, let me just give you a couple of my standard disclaimers. As an American being over here, first of all, I know you don't invite many Americans, so thank you. There are some expressions that I probably use that you're not maybe familiar with. The British say, Bob's your uncle. I don't know what that means. If I say anything that you don't understand, please ask me to clarify it or just say it another way. I don't want my audiences to ever be starved for information. So that means we're going to cover a lot within 90 minutes. It doesn't mean I don't welcome questions. It just means you may find me a little bit trickier than the typical presenter to get the attention of to ask questions. Don't be dismayed. Just forge ahead and get my attention. Let's see. I think that's all the disclaimers. I chatter on pretty quick, but don't let that stop you. And I'm sharing these slides with the CASE folks, and I don't know exactly how they're sharing handouts with all of you. My problem was always in printing handouts when they do it that CASE way with 3 things on a page, that people yell at me because mine are too small. I show a lot of pictures of things, and I don't show a lot of bullet points on my slides. So the nice alternative is just to share the presentation, which I think they're doing in some fashion before we're done. My fundraising program co-chair says it'll be up within the week, so well said. Thank you. Okay. By way of introduction, let me just say a couple of things. I've written 2 books for CASE now on the subject of annual giving. The first one was called Innovations in Annual Giving, very annoyingly American from the standpoint that all we did was focus on schools in the United States and 10 places that I thought were doing something interesting from an annual giving point of view. CASE was very happy with that book, asked if I would do another one. After much research, we decided to call it More Innovations in Annual Giving. And the only rule that CASE had was that you're not allowed to feature any American schools this time. So we went out of our borders and rounded up a good number from all over the place, really, including a number that we'll touch on today from right within the UK. This isn't a commercial pitch for the book, but I'm proud of it, and I think they happen to have copies available in the bookstore if anybody should choose one. Okay, enough commercial messages about Bob Books. Those of you who've seen me do this before, can you hear me with this one? Sounds like it's not quite as loud. Okay. People who've seen this before, please tolerate this for just a minute. CASE their success has been built upon attracting a range of educational institutions, which for anyone who's in annual giving knows often means that no 2 institutions have an annual giving program that looks exactly the same as the next place. Some of you may do strong reunion programs. Some of you may be very commuter student populations, which means you can't do a lot of the other conventional things that a Harvard or a Princeton would do. Any Princetonians here, by the way? Good, because we like to make fun of them because they're very annoying in the way that they do this. So I want to calibrate the room just to how I tend to look at annual giving programs, and then we're going to lay that over what we're here to talk about today, which is the internet. And for anyone who's been in advancement for more than about 10 minutes, you've seen that classic advancement pyramid, right? That has annual giving down at the basement or sub-basement level. And on top of annual gifts, you've got major gifts, planned gifts, campaign gifts, statement gifts, lifetime gifts. Gosh, that's a really big gift, gifts, all on top of annual giving down on the sub-basement level, right? And I assume we've got a good annual giving crowd here. Who are my annual giving people? Very good. For the next 90 minutes, this is we can. Thanks for bringing the lights up, so we now know who each other. The next 90 minutes is a chapel service here in the church of our annual fund. And I came to believe quite some time ago that annual giving really deserves its own discussion and even its own pyramid. And so let me walk you quickly through what I think is the annual giving pyramid, so that even though we all look different in terms of our operational annual giving programs, I think we're all trying to accomplish these general sorts of things. So at the bottom of the Bob pyramid is what I might call ongoing institutional affinity. By that I mean, what are we doing to just keep beating the drum with our constituent audiences about the continued good news going on at our institution? And I think it's real easy for our alumni in particular to want to file us away as something that happened an increasingly long time ago in my life. So what are we doing to remind them that they're a lifelong member of our community and our family, and that this isn't just a relationship that terminated the day they graduated from the institution? And if that sounds like the responsibility of more than just the annual giving person, it's because I think it is. It's an alumni relations function. It's a public relations function. It's an admissions function. When the when the high school students are showing up at Princeton for a tour of the campus, they meet Jennifer Smith, proud member of the class of '09, who's there giving you your tour. So from the very moment you arrive, just thinking about attending Princeton, they're already planting seeds about you being a lifelong member of that community. And it doesn't happen by accident. And it's not right to just put the responsibility on the annual giving people to resuscitate the bodies and then ask for a gift to your institution. It's about demonstrating this is a lifelong relationship, and it's beyond just the role of the annual giving office.